If you don't know Lieutenant Governor of Virginia, Winsome Sears, let me have the pleasure of introducing you to her. Take a listen to what she stands for and where she comes from.
Don't tell me that America hasn't changed. So here I am, an immigrant to this wonderful country, and I am dispelling all of those narratives that no, there are opportunities in America if you avail yourself of them, because I'm the one whose father came to America with only $1.75. At the height of the civil rights movement, he still chose to come to America because he said this is where the jobs and the opportunities were. And little did my father know that when he brought me as a 6-year-old girl from Jamaica, that one day I would be returning to New York as the nominee for governor of the great Commonwealth of Virginia. And by the way, I am also lieutenant governor of the former capital of the Confederate States. Don't tell me that America hasn't changed. Don't tell me that our children cannot succeed. Don't tell me that we cannot find ways to get along and live together.
What I respect from many of my immigrant colleagues and friends and fight in the faith is that so many of them know what it means to come from absolutely nothing, and they understand what makes America great. With many of my African American counterparts, so many of them are stuck on the past. They're stuck on this victim mindset, this oppressive mindset. But when you're a believer, we understand who the Son sets free is truly free indeed. So you have to decide in your mind whether you are an overcomer or a victim, but you cannot occupy both spaces. And I love that she says, I came over here with my father who had $1.75 in his pocket, and yet he was able to achieve the American dream because he didn't have a victim mindset. Now, I'm going to share with you this clip where Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears, she is debating Abigail Spanberger, and she left her in total silence. Take a look.
And that's why I'm asking my opponent, if your little girl comes home and said she was forced to undress in a locker room with a biological boy, what would you say? She's crying. What would you say?
And this is why, as a believer, you cannot afford to stay silent. You must speak up for the voiceless. You must speak out against injustices. It's really easy just to let life go by and have not a part to play. But we all have a role to play. And if you don't speak up, what I'm about to show you, it will continue to happen.
I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym, and I think this is probably happening at gyms across America, where like trans women are going into the women's locker room and not really caring about how women feel about it. And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a fuck how women feel? Today I was naked in the locker room. I turn around and there's a man there in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here. Maybe I missed the sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't fucking talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here. Immediately, I'm fucking pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like, I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion and they actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here. And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report. What the fuck is going on?
I'm so sorry about the language, but I think what she's saying outweighs even how she chooses to say it. We have to be very vigilant in this hour because there are so many things that compromise the word and the faith of believers that we cannot just sit outside of the political arena. But like many of the biblical figures, we are called to be a part, contrary to popular belief, the political mountains. Again, listen, there are so many evidences of scripture that say, as a believer, we can't remain silent. All right, so moving forward, you all, I'm going to show you this next clip about the dangers of identity politics. And a lot of times with the Democrat Party, they want you to be at an allegiance that is so dangerous. No matter what that person morally stands for, they want you to stand beside the Democratic Party at all costs. And anyone who doesn't agree with the rhetoric becomes enemy number one, as we're seeing with Nicki Minaj and so many other people that are standing up against and speaking out some of the crazy things that the left is pushing. Now, let's take a look, because this is the danger of identity politics. In one season, former President Obama, says, stand by the Black woman, support Kamala Harris at all costs. Do you all remember when he lectured Black men about why they should feel guilty for not supporting Kamala Harris? But then he promotes Abigail Spanberger, who is a white woman, right? Nothing wrong with that. But he promotes her over a Black woman. Now, what happened to your identity politics? Did it just go out the window? Should we lecture you now, Barack Obama? Let's take a flashback in a moment in time.
And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that, because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. That's not acceptable. This shouldn't even be a question.
And you're right, former President Barack Obama, it shouldn't be a question. We should not rely on identity politics, whether it be vote for her because she's a woman, or vote for her because she's the first Black woman, or vote for him because he's the first Black male, or the first Muslim, or the first anything. Does the politics, the policies, does it align with what you believe and want to see in your nation? For me, as a Christian, it must align to the word of the Lord. There can be no compromise. So you have to ask yourself a question. This November 4th, will you vote according to the Bible and what it stands for? Or will you vote according to your identity in the flesh? Or will you vote according to your identity in the spirit? Something to think about, right? Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Thank you for listening to my perspective. And listen, I want to hear your viewpoint too. All I ask is that you are respectful in sharing your lens of how you feel about who should be the next governor. Should it be Abigail Spanberger? Or do you want to see Winsome Sears as the next governor of Virginia? I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.